Hi everyone, welcome to this week weekly market update. So we are back to the market and see what happened on last Friday. As you can see that last Friday, market closed in red over here. All right, Dow Jones, S&P, Nasdaq mostly in red, and we can see based on the chart itself, right? S&P and Dow actually post their first weekly decline in the 3 weeks within the 3 weeks. So, but do take note, if let's say you are not just mainly on the US market, you watch out on overseas market as well, right? Like the Asian market, you can see that Hang Seng, STI, Nikkei, China 50 is performing better. Closing a better in a green for the week than the US market. Mainly reason is because that we know that for the US market is at an all-time high, and there has more upside growth for the Asian indexes, which people fear to chase into the US market at this point of time due to the spike of the COVID cases. All right, I can see that the US hit 12 million COVID cases, and we are actually stepping into this coming week. There's actually Thanksgiving as well. So for those public health professional, they actually urge people to give up their holiday gathering with the Thanksgiving for this coming Thursday, if I'm not wrong. So it's a short week tradings for this US market for this coming week. So, but will people actually ignore on this guidance? I'm not sure, because why? As we know that 90% of the positive news from Pfizer, from Moderna is like 90% of vaccines is positive. So, and the longer the pandemic drag on, right, people will tend to ignore this kind of risk. As you can see that even though with COVID around, people still travel, people still gather, they just totally ignore. All right, I guess mainly it's due to culture. I'm not very sure, but as you will see, what is the good news for this coming week is actually Pfizer. They actually filed for the vaccines application to US FDA. All right, so if this approved, right, it might give a biggest boost for people to go out gather on this coming Thursday on their Thanksgiving. Correct or not? But not to forget, this is a vaccine, this is not a medicine to cure, right? So but nevertheless, the market will price in, I mean, will definitely take this as a good news to push the price even higher. So I'll be sharing on the Pfizer chart later, so it might be some opportunity to go into the long positions, but of course it's very volatile. I mean, it's very volatile based on whether the vaccine will approve or not. But to me, I suspect it might, if let's say after the Thanksgiving, if let's say the COVID uh cases spike even higher, right, it might give pressure to FDA to approve on these vaccines. It add on as a pressure to them. So this is the things to take note. And good thing is that we know somehow the charges of the vaccines Moderna is around this price. So if let's say it's not that expensive after all, so to me, I will it, eh, if you go to see the chart itself, right, you can see that this Moderna chart has actually spiked up, but not for Pfizer. However, both actually have 90% positive news on the vaccine, so this might be a laggard. All right, so we shall take note on this Pfizer chart later. Next thing, if you are into the travel stocks, into the leisure stocks, as we know that a lot of people is eyeing on cruise line, because it's badly beaten for this year. So if you look at the chart later, we shall be sharing as well. Uh, a lot of pullback will hopefully a lot of pullback will complete in the leisure and cruise line or the airline. So if we wait for the pullback, if everything seems stable, this pullback will be the good entry point for you to catch on. All right, for you to ride on. Remember last week I said do not chase when the market actually spike up, so always wait for the pullback. So this coming pullback, if let's say everything seems stable, uh you see, if let's say the COVID cases spike up but the price did not go even lower, right, is a good support showing over there. All right, show at the chart later. Next thing, a lot of people will be looking at SIA. This is a Singapore airline. Why I say SIA, although it's a Singapore airline, but it might actually spill. I mean, the milk might actually spill over to other travel industry. Why? Because this is the airline that actually work out with Hong Kong to have the air travel bubble. But due to the cases in Hong Kong 19, due to the COVID-19, the Hong Kong cases spike up. Due to that, right, they actually delayed the travel for 2 weeks. So with this delay, will it bring any bad news to SIA? And definitely it somehow will affect a bit, correct? Because if let's say It's just the start of the spike in the Hong Kong country. All right, but who knows, this coming week will it be even higher or not, and this whole travel bubble just actually be taken off, correct or not? So it will definitely affect SIA for the coming week. Next thing, we'll be sharing on the oil oil sector later. As you can see that there are this kind of news coming up. Oil demand set to rebound in 2021. Market is always price forward, so they believe vaccines is about there. All right, just a matter of time soon. So uh, a lot of like company which require oil, like air industry, cruise industry, all these require oil, so they will actually buy in at the cheap oil. They will secure on the option contract at this point of time. So beside that, we will look into oil sector and some oil company like Ezion. Not to forget, that is our used to our ex so-called ex boss company, right? Ex big player company. So we will take a look where does the chart stand at later. Next thing has been talking about cryptocurrency. So if you, let's say you have monitoring my video, I mean you have watched my video, you have followed my trading view, you should know that I shared this counter. It's called ETH. All right, Ethereum. I shared on the 19th of October starting. Then I follow on 20 October. It's a cup and handle, and then it break even higher. Share on the chart later as well. So beside that, if you have managed to follow my last week Facebook page, you should know I also share 3 penny counter. We'll review it because it's doing extremely good, and I managed to profit one of them as well. Share with you later. So let's go into the chart for this coming week. What should we take note? All right, for coming week S&P 500, this on the weekly chart, we can see that it's actually a bottom triangle. Of course, bottom triangle it comes with risk, right? But is there any signal right now to short? If let's say you are playing on this border triangle, right? Yes, you can short, and then here is just somewhere your stop loss around this area, correct or not? And this is what people is looking, the same thing. Everyone everyone own the same chart, right? So will you short? I won't short just based on one candle itself. All right, I won't short based on one candle itself. As you know that we are going into December. December usually uh, the thin trading volume, because usually people will close their book, go for their vacations. And beside that, if will there be any January effect? What is January effect is that usually January effect means coming off the new year, right, in 2021. If let's say there's January effect, the market will tend to rise up, especially for the small to mid cap. Main reason is because everyone closed their position in the December, which is next month, all right, which is 1 week ahead. So if let's say a lot of people close their position, they are selling all their things, right? Market will tend to drop. All right, why they sell? Read up on I will post in my Facebook page with some news and the explanation of January effect as well. So you can visit the link later. All right, so S&P 500, this is what I'm looking. I believe most of the people is looking at the same chart as well. So there's an NCAF last week. So it's maybe due to the spike, maybe due to all-time high. But if let's say you look at the Asia index like STI, can you see that? Even though this really chart is three shoulder, all right, three white shoulders, correct? Or you look at Hang Seng Index, all right, you can see it's quite green, all right, it's not like showing a red sign, all right, for even for Nikkei, uh, Japan, all right, saw that. So it's doing good for the Asia indexes, even for China A50, we can see that this the flag is still going on. All right, it's still going even higher. So if you hold on right on this trend, then congrats to you as well, which I shared a couple of weeks ago in my video. All right, so the upside for Asia is that it's more growth than the US index at this point of time. Take note. All right, so for this coming week, things to share before I go into that. Let's revisit the 3 penny counter. If you have been following, first of all, this is what I have in TIGR Tiger. So for Tiger itself, right? Let's look at the daily chart first. All right. All right, so this is what I say, right? Last week I said that this is opportunity. On the Monday itself, it actually kept up. If you didn't manage to enter when it pulled back, right, you should have chased it. Congrats for those who hold on to it. I have long this shared on I think on the 19th or on the 16th September, I can't remember. At price of 490. Remember last week my video I said that I slipped off mind to share out this video, this charting. So I managed to post last week. Hopefully it still give you some chance to enter. Then you write on this 20%. So where is my final target? Of course, right now my entry price is at 490. I mean, it's my entry price is very very good lah. I mean, to what I feel that, so I can hold on to it, and my target will be around. Let's take a look. My target will be, first target will be looking at $8, and then the final target will be $10. Why? If you, let's say you remove all the chart, you draw yourself, you can see that this is actually a cup and handle. Right? Let me repeat one more time. This is actually a cup and handle, and here is the support. All right, here's the support level. I mean the resistance level. So we just draw. All right, and then we just project. All right, so it's somewhere around this price, and then I always like to take a round figure. All right, so I always like to take a round figure like $10. Can you see that? So this is where is my ultimate take profit target for TIGR. All right, this is one of the blue counter. Second, if you have managed to long on this uh, Vivo Power, you write on the solar due to Biden, and congrats, which I post as well. So on Monday itself, the market didn't gap up, so this is one opportunity if you manage to enter. For Of course, for me, I didn't, because out of the three, I choose TIGR due to the fundamental as well. So if you manage to catch this, congrats, continue to hold until the TP. All right. Next is actually one of the risky counter I shared in my Facebook, in my video, even in my trading view as well. If you follow my page, you can see TIGR and RIG. So RIG is actually a oil sector company, is badly beaten. This is purely on speculations. So the market kept up and then it go even higher. All right, so there's around 10% profit over here. But in long term wise, if you don't mind, you can actually hold on to it, because energy sector might be coming back. As you can see, like I said, the oil demand is there, right? It might be coming back, and a couple of contracts is being rewarded. Awarded to RIG as well. So it's a good in the fundamental wise, but ultimately this is the downtrend chart. So take note on that. All right. So for this coming week, we will share on Pfizer, like I mentioned. So Pfizer might have some opportunity here, but you have to take the risk lah. Like I say, if let's say they got rejected from FDA, right? Definitely your price will plunge. As I mentioned before, the BIIN. Take a look. Take a look. Okay, can you see that? It straight away gap down. This is because due to they didn't approve on their drugs. Alright, so for Pfizer wise, if you are keen, let's look at the weekly chart. We just set a support. Can you see that from the support is around here? This is the range bar. All right, so if you want to long, you can go into batches. All right, you can go into batches. All right, then ultimately it's uptrend. All right, as it break here, if it come down here, then we have to cut. That's all. All right, so this is Pfizer. Right, on the good news. Why? As I mentioned, right, both hold the same 90%, but this is doing way better. All right, so Pfizer might be one chance for you to enter once again. Next thing, on the energy sector, like I mentioned, we look at Ion first. Ion, as we know, is badly beaten. Why? Because it's removed from the index, first of all, and the energy sector. But right now, it seems like there's a stable support over here, all right, at this region. Correct? So it might be a good time for you to write it up. All right. Of course, ultimately, it's still a downtrend, right? Has been a downtrend. Ion has been downtrend. Then after impulse downtrend, so there might be some pullback, which I can say. All right. So look for Ion if you are keen, if you believe in energy sector. All right. So there's one to enter. Then next thing, uh, thing which I like is, let's take a look. Another energy counter is called ENB. All right, and bridge. Right, so this one, in the day chart, all right, so this is what we see. Almost all the energy sector we are looking at the same support level is somehow formed. So if let's say it up, then there's a pullback, so we can continue to go up here. All right, then we look at some resistance around here. Right, so this is ENB. You'll continue to monitor if you are keen. Put in your watch list. All right, for oil, WTI. For WTI, you can see. Last time I said that this is the area I'm looking. It touches. All right, then it bounce up. But ultimately, if oil is going to pick up, right, I believe there is chance for oil, WTI, to reach around this 50 plus area, right? You got chance to reach around this 50 plus area, which is the previous support. You can see that, all right? 52, 50, 52. All right, so this is a good range if you are keen on US oil. All right, so don't keep worried about the demand. The chart show that it actually bounced even higher. It's going to break higher. All right, so this is a range I'm looking at, 50, 52. All right, next thing, all right, so what I mentioned about pullback on the travel and those kind of leisure stock. So let's take a look at CCL. So CCL, let's zoom in. All right, so the market kept up due to the vaccine news, correct? And then pullback. So this pullback is quite strong. Kept up again, but right now the CDC say do not go into the travel first, right? So we see the second pullback, if able to support by this box, right, is a good sign to enter. All right, same go to other like resort, hotel, it's the same thing. Can you see that, right? So due to the first news, gap up, pull back, gap up. All right, so right now, Thanksgiving, COVID spiking, will there be any pullback? And if this area is a good support, it's a good price for you to enter as well. All right, wait for the market to come to you before you commit to the market. Always remember that. Same goes to Delta Airline. I mean the airline. Delta Airline. Same thing. So as you can see, gap up, come down. Will there be any pullback further? If yes, here is a good range to enter. This support cannot break. Cannot break. All right, cannot break. Once break, and there goes the support. Next thing is dollar index. Share in my Telegram as well. Touches two-way many time for me to watch out. All right, two-way many time for me to watch out. So 92 don't seems able to hold. And I assume if let's say 92 break, we will be looking at the next level. All right, I'm looking at 90. I'm looking at 90 instead of 91. I'm looking at 90 and see what is the similar package they're going to offer sooner or later. All right, so that's all for this week. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. Please remember to like and share so I have more commitment to it. It show a support to me to continue this video to share with you guys as well. That's all for this coming week. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye bye.